supported by Suryodaya Municipality, Ilam.
Hello, good afternoon, dear students, parents. It's me, Kishor Niraula, your facilitator from Peaceland National Academy, and I would like to welcome you to alternative periodic radio education program produced by Education, Youth and Sports section of Suryodaya Municipality. You are listening to us on Radio Fikal 90.6 MHz, Radio Buddhabari 95.7 MHz, Radio Nepal Vam 94.9 MHz and Agan FM 89.6 MHz. You can also listen to us live on the Facebook page of Radio Fikal 90.6 MHz and similarly on YouTube channel Swarnim Nepal Online Television. You can find us there. Okay, dear students, today also I am going to teach you, I am going to facilitate on a grammatical topic of class 8, and that is the articles. In the previous class we discussed about indefinite articles and some of the points were remaining there, and today also we will discuss about those indefinite articles. But before that, we need to remember what we discussed in the previous class. In the previous class, I told you that articles is a part of adjectives is they modify the noun. I told you that. I think you are remembering that. And another point I told you, there are two types of articles, indefinite articles and the definite articles. A and N, they are indefinite articles, whereas the is definite articles. And I told you indefinite articles, they are used before singular noun, that is countable. That I told you. And they are especially used for some or before the specific noun. And another thing I told you is that indefinite articles are used before the noun which begins from a consonant sound. A or N is used, and these two are the indefinite articles, and among them A is used before a consonant sound and that N is used before a vowel sound. That I already told you, and these things we discussed in the previous class. So today we will discuss some of the rules and other uses of the articles. Another thing also is better to remind you that I told you there are three conditions on which indefinite article N is used, isn't it? I think you are still remembering those three conditions. Articles, indefinite articles N, that is used before individual pronunciation with vowel sound in short form. I told you that. Another thing was that it is used before the word that starts from vowel sound, and third condition was that silent H. That means the words started from H, later H, but the pronunciation, if it is silent, at that condition we have to use N. So these situations, these conditions were discussed, and if you clearly understand these three conditions in which article N is used, it will be very easy for you to understand the article A. So today let's discuss about some of the uses of article A. Okay, dear students, I request you to write a sentence I'm going to give you an example. So this example is to be written there. So please write it. The sentence is, I have a cell phone. I have a cell phone. Give a full stop, and then the phone is the best. The phone is the best. So I think you have noted down the sentence. So here in this example, let's see a noun. Cell phone is a noun, isn't it? And similarly, there are two sentences. I have a cell phone, and another one, the phone is the best. So phone is noun and a cell phone is there, that is noun. So here let's see. So this is the example. So in this example, what you can see, that means I am going to remind you, I am going to tell you the rules from the example. So I have a cell phone, the phone is the best. So here what you need to remember is that I have a cell phone is there, and in another sentence also there is phone. So in the first sentence, cell phone is used for the very first time, isn't that? So before cell phone, a is used, and after that, before phone, the is used. I think you got my point. So the rule for this one is that a is used before a singular noun that is countable and when it is used for the first time. Did you understand? That means it is used, a is used before a singular countable noun and when it is used for the first time. And in the example, I have a cell phone, we are talking about that cell phone for the first time. That's why a is used before this noun. And in another sentence, the phone is used because the same phone is mentioned again, isn't that? Okay, I think you got my point. So another is there. Now please write another example, another sentence. A cow gives milk. A cow gives milk. And please write another sentence also. He is a nice person. He is a nice person. Okay, so here let's see. A cow gives milk. A cow is a noun there, and another one is there. He is a nice person. So nice person is noun, isn't so? So here let's see. A cow gives milk. What does a cow do? It gives milk. So what a cow does is the question, isn't so? And in another, what kind of person he is? So the answer, he is a nice person. So if you observe this example, what you can know, the rule is a is used before a singular countable noun to say what kind of thing or person is, or what a person or thing does. Did you understand? So what kind of person or thing is, or what a person or a thing does. So in that situation, in that condition, a is used before a noun. Okay, similarly, let's go to another example. Please write another example. I need a lot of books. I need a lot of books. Another sentence. He has bought, B-O-U-G-H-T. He has bought a dozen of copies. a dozen of copies. Okay, here also, let's see, I need a lot of books. So books, noun. Similarly, dozen of copies. So here what we need to remember is that this A is used with certain expressions of quantity, because these are the expressions of quantity, isn't it? A lot of, a couple of, a dozen of. So such things are there. They are the expressions of quantity, and when we are talking about expressions of quantity, at that time we use A before noun. Are you clear? When we are talking about expressions of quantity, article A, that is indefinite article, A is used before noun. So please write another one. She is a dancer. She. Next one is that you are a teacher. You are a teacher. I think you have copied. So she is a dancer. Let's see there. You are a teacher. So these are the professions, isn't it? Professions of people. So when we talk about professions of people, we use A before noun. So that is the use of A. Are you clear? If you are talking about the professions of someone, you have to use A before noun. Okay, similarly, let's go to another one. Write the example. I have 100 rupee note. I have 100 rupee note. Okay, so 100 rupee, 100. Let's see there. 100. That means it's a number. So when we talk about numbers, at that time we have to use indefinite article A. 100, 1,000, a million. These are some of the examples. So in the example, I have 100 rupee note. So 100 is the number, isn't it? He is a 32-year young boy. In this way, we can write. So these are the numbers. And when we talk about number, we use A before these numbers. I think you are clear about this. So before the number, we have to use A. Okay, similarly, another one is there. Write the example. I bought a kilo and a half potato. I bought, B-O-U-G-S-T, I bought a kilo and a half potato. Okay, so in this example, let's see, a kilo and a half is there. Before kilo, A is used. Before half, A is used. Okay, so that what you have to remember, what is the rule for this is it is used before half, and if that half follows a whole number. So here you need to remember that a kilo is a whole number, a kilo, and that half is there, the fraction, isn't it? And before this fraction also you have to use A. So a kilo and a half. So write the rules that A is used before half if half follows a whole number. Okay, so before half you can use A, but if it follows whole number. And write another example. The bike runs 35 kilometers a liter. 35 kilometers or a liter. L-I-T-R-E. The bike runs 35 kilometers a liter. This is the example. Write another one. We go to library once a day. We go to library once a day. Okay. So here let's see. A liter is there. Kilometers or liter. Similarly, once a day. Okay. So in this example, what you can find is that this A, article A, is used to express price, speed and ratio. Price, speed and ratio. Okay. So let's see. The bike runs 35 kilometers a liter. So normally we call it mileage, isn't so? I think all of you are familiar with that. So this is the ratio. And while talking about this, article E is used before this one. We go to library once a day is there. So here also A is used before a day. So the rule that I am trying to tell you from this example is article A is used before or used to express price, speed and ratio. It is to be noted. Okay. Similarly, another example is there. You can write once a week, 3 times a day, once a week, 3 times a day. Okay, these are the examples. Okay, so day, week are mentioned there. So they are the time of event. They are called the time of event. And when we are talking about time of event, article N is, article A is used. Did you get my point? When we talk about the time of event, that means a day, a week, a year, at that time we use A. Okay, and similarly, another example, please write it. He is a European citizen. He is a European citizen. Another one, she is a Eurasian student. She is a Eurasian student. E-U-R-A-S-I-A-N, Eurasian student. He is a one-eyed man. One hyphen, that means we call it dash, one-eyed man. Copy it? Okay, so here let's see. He is a European citizen, or European is there, isn't so? Another one is, I told you, Eurasian. She is a Eurasian student. Similarly, he is a one-eyed man. So in these 3 examples, can you find some similarities? What may be the similarities between these 3 sentences? Please guess. Yes, you are right. That is, the common thing is that a European citizen European, the word starts from E, that is vowel letter. She is a Eurasian student, there also E, that is also a vowel letter. He is a one-eyed man, O, that is also vowel letter, isn't that? But if you clearly notice the pronunciation of this word, what you will find? A European yaw sound is there, isn't that? So the word starts from vowel letter, but it produces a consonant sound, right? Similarly, Eurasian also, the word begins from vowel letter, but it produces a consonant sound. One-eyed wa sound is there. Actually, letter is vowel, but the sound that is produced is consonant, isn't so? So what you clearly understand from this example is that A is used before a word beginning with a vowel letter that is pronounced as a consonant sound. Okay, so many words are there, so many words can be found there. They begin from vowel letter, but they produce a consonant sound. So if the words are started from vowel letter, but they produce consonant sound, at that condition you have to use A. So I think you are clear about these things. So dear students, today in these examples and in these rules, what I try to tell you is that there are many rules, many things that is to be understood while reading the articles. But the major thing to understand indefinite article is that the sound. Sound is more important. So if the word starts from the vowel letter but produces consonant sound, that A should be used. Okay, if the words start from vowel letter and produces vowel sounds too, at that time we have to use N. So clearly what you have to understand is that sometimes the word starts from vowel letter producing consonant sound, and at the same time some words start from vowel letter and they also produce vowel sound. Okay, you need to be very careful in this. Another point is that there are some of the words which begins from consonant letter and produces consonant sound. You have to use A before that. But sometimes there are consonant letters, the words start from consonant letter, but they produce vowel sound by remaining silent. They will remain silent. The example is it. I already told you, isn't that? So at that time, you need to use N. So very clearly what you have to understand is that you should focus on sound, not on the letters. Okay? So these are the things. So what we discussed, what we clearly understood is that indefinite articles are A and N, isn't it? And they are used before singular countable noun. We discussed about their usage. And another point that is very simple for you if you become very much careful is that, okay, in short form, I already told you. Another one is there if the words begins from vowel sound, and next one is silent is. If you understand the usage of N, these are three conditions of usage of N, okay, then it will be very easy for you to understand the use of A. There are different uses of A, and that at least 9, 10, I think these rules are mentioned. I think you are clear about this. You understood these things. So one of the grammatician, Raymond Murphy, defined articles. These rules are mentioned by this famous grammatician. So I mentioned these things to you. So I think you are clear about this. And dear students, if you have any confusion, if you have any doubts in indefinite articles, do not forget to ask the questions. We will be there to help you. Okay. And after that, let's begin the definite articles. I already told you the is the definite article. And the definite article that is used to denote the specific thing, isn't it? Okay, we will discuss more about the definite articles in the next class. Alright, if you are very clear about indefinite articles, it will help you a lot. And for today, the time is running and it's time to close this class. And before leaving, especially I would like to thank Suryodaya Municipality for providing this golden opportunity to facilitate the students, and similarly I would like to thank Ms. Pavitra for technical support, and in another class we will meet again. So till then, dear students, learn very perfectly, very nicely. Have a good time ahead. Namaste.